So I haven't talked to you since Trump got elected.
Yeah.
Are you happy about that?
Oh, yeah, very.
Can I tell you my favorite video you ever did?
Yep.
It was the 2020 election where you did a video about why you couldn't vote for Donald Trump. And you said it was because you were not an American citizen after this long build-up. It was really
I'm so glad you found that funny. Yeah.
Really funny.
Yeah, for those watching, I did a video, just like you said, and I looked into the camera. I'm like, I just cannot vote for Donald Trump. And it's because I'm not American. So, yeah. But what was funny is I got a lot of texts from people who were really frustrated because they didn't even watch it.
Oh,
they just saw me
assumed
making
that
this
it was
claim. Yeah, that's funny because you and I have been through this, right? Because I knew you prior to Trump getting elected, right?
Yeah,
I think
I met you 2012, 2013, something like that.
Yeah.
Right after you moved to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Whenever that was.
Yeah, Cleveland, Georgia, for those at home. But yeah, that's right. So we saw Trump get elected. It's just remarkable to see the difference in how he is viewed today. It's also remarkable to see how he's acting as a president, right, the way he didn't in his first term.
I'm embarrassed. I was saying this to you in the car on the way over. I'm embarrassed with how much I like him. Like, I spent so much time trying to be like the sort of moderately, bad man, done bad things for sure. But, I think he might do some good stuff for the country. Obviously, lesser of two evils.
Yes.
And this time I'm just like, yeah, baby, let's do it. I'm mad because I don't like changing my mind about anything. Facts don't usually change my opinions about the stuff, which is gross. I don't know what it says about me. But yeah, so I'm kind of embarrassed by how much I like him. I've liked J.D. Vance before it was cool, so I feel okay with that. But
yeah, no, I'm very happy, but I'm also nervous and. Not so much now, but I would say shortly after the election, there was this like joy that felt inordinate. Mm-hmm. Maybe not joy, but like excitement, and I knew it was inordinate, and I had to okay, calm down.
Sure.
But no, I'm very.
It felt so good.
It's very good because you just think like the alternative would have been. Imagine right now if Kamala was laughing and saying things.
But I mean, the first I don't know what day we're on, week 6 or something. I mean, it's been. All the things that I didn't think were going to happen. I thought this will slow the decline, but for the first time ever, I keep saying this, I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have never in my life, since I've ever thought about politics, been optimistic about America. I was telling you this. I always took this sort of weird line, trying to be cool and hipstery of America's the best we got, but I'm not patriotic, right? Whatever. And now, for the first time ever, I've got this. I kind of have this pride. You were saying this when you went to Australia. You sent me that. You sent me a voicemail or something, and I didn't respond for 3 weeks because I'm really bad about that. But about going to Australia, and you wanted to shove it in people's faces if they said to you,
"That's right."
Yeah, they talked badly about America, and that's how I feel.
I don't like that at all. Yeah. I think you and I have spoken about this. If it's like family. If my sister complains to me about my parents, that's okay. If you do, it's not okay.
How dare you? Yeah.
If you go to Australia and they complain about America, who do you think you are?
100%.
To complain to an American, sure, you can complain behind closed doors to other Australians. I don't care what you do. But it'd be like if an Australian came here and you met them at a coffee shop and you just started dumping on their country. Who the hell are you? Why do you think that? But
I feel like foreigners feel like they can do that about America and nobody else. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I see that. As an outsider, I see it. I just think, who do you think you are? So that just makes me.
But is that an inferiority complex?
I think so.
With all other countries,
I also think there's a real concerted effort to kind of demonize America. Yeah, in America, in the West, right? In Europe and Australia.
In America too. I think.
Yeah, but that also bleeds over. Well.
See, I chalk it all up.
Well, okay, put it this way. America is the loudest one in the room.
Yes.
So if the country is a classroom, America is always talking, and here it goes again.
Right.
So in that sense, just like you'd get annoyed with the loudest one in the room, you kind of get a bit... And it's not like, what is America, but all of our television shows are American. Mm-hmm. So you just... America's always in your face.
I think it's all an inferiority complex. I'm not trying to chest beat.
No, I think that's part of it. I agree with you. But I also think it's because it's, again, if you were a gigantic, powerful nation and we never heard from you, I don't know if there'd be so much animosity.
It is interesting, though, because my favorite newscast for a while was out of Australia after the election.
News?
I'd watch Sky News, this girl who had lefties losing it. Hello. Yeah. She was like this Iranian woman who was a Muslim convert to Christianity. And then she just had a segment on her show, and it was all American politics, which was weird. Everyone was Australian. I think the show's...
Yeah, but I started saying it's weird to see how much Trump has become cool in a lot of mainstream culture, when you compare that to his 2016 run, I was at a burger shop with my wife recently, and there was this, like, I don't know, if you said, what does he look like? I would say he looks like a black rapper,
Okay. Yeah.
and he's wearing a Trump hat.
Right.
I'm just seeing that everywhere. And you and I were talking about how, for some reason, the Democrats just, for the first time, just don't seem cool.
Like they got bad lame recently, and I don't understand why. Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't get the whole fact that I don't know, the cool spectrum has shifted around this 76-year-old guy, and now everyone I see who's openly liberal is the lamest person. And it wasn't like that. I mean, even I've never considered myself sort of left wing, right?
And by lame, you even just mean superficially lame, in the way that maybe conservatives
I'm
were
talking
superficially
primarily
lame.
superficially lame. Yeah, that's all I'm really talking about.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, in the way that you saw Mitt Romney
Yeah.
in 2008, who was or 2012, just like this kind of nerdy weirdo. You were like, that's straight. Kisses his kid's like grown son on the lips on camera. It's just
really?
kind of this weird,
Didn't see that.
weird, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I guess I like his fiscal policy. I don't know. Right. And Barack Obama was cool. I'm sorry. Barack Obama was cool. He was saying different
Yep.
things. He was up there kind of having his Barack Obama swagger and whatever.
Yeah.
He was cool. And it's totally flipped. I mean, name a cool person, right? Name a cool person who's openly, like loudly a Democrat. Even celebrities and stuff now, it seems
Yeah,
like.
because I just think of people like Whoopi Goldberg, or that's it, Gavin Newsom.
I think middle-aged and up white women with short hair and grating voices, that's what I think. 100%.
Yeah.
That's like the base of the Democratic Party right now.
And it seems like they know that, or at least
The Democrats?
Well, it feels like they're not. I don't know. I'm not a political commentator, but it feels like maybe some voices on CNN and MSNBC are beginning to be like, we need to find someone
Right.
to rally around, because
I listened to a Gavin Newsom interview. He seems kind of cool. Not politically. Obviously, I think a lot of what he believes is horrendous, but he just presented as cool.
He
was talking to...
I don't want to speak negatively of him, but
I think it's
don't
okay to
see
speak
that.
negatively of Gavin Newsom.
Well, he just seemed a bit smarmy to me. I don't.
No, I think he's very smarmy.
Yeah.
But he'd get an interview with the TPUSA guy.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know, but I know who you mean.
And he seemed like, I don't know, I kind of like listening to him.
So
What he was saying was despicable.
I wonder if the more savvy Democrats are going to now
Moderate super
need
hard.
to learn. Need to agree that men shouldn't be beating women in women's sports and things like that in order to have a chance. Yeah, it's an interesting time to be alive.
I'm excited to see what happens. Like I said, I've never been super duper optimistic before.
And like I know that there's a lot of truth to talking about like hero worship. Trump. People get way too into Trump. Feel like you can't criticize. I think that's all true, and but it's nice to just let an American be excited about their country
Right.
for a little bit. Like, can we have 10 seconds just to be inordinately happy?
When did you live here full time for the first time?
2006.
Okay, so you missed it. Like in 2004, maybe 2003. I don't know. I was late middle school, early high school. We invaded Iraq, right? And that was a very exciting time to be American, right? And I think the Iraq War, we shouldn't have done that, right? That's got a lot of criticism for George W. Bush. I think he pulled the wool over a lot of conservatives' eyes, and I think he's pretty schmarmy. But I remember being at my house watching the news as like a angsty teenager, like it was the Super Bowl. It was the American shock and awe campaign. And all that was on the screen were like cruise missiles blowing up Iraqi stuff. And then our tanks just running over like their armored vehicles and stuff. And it just felt really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, I kind of feel that way right now.
Yeah.
Metaphorically, our tanks just running over.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, Tom Homan, why do you wish he was your
Stop
dad?
it.
And would you be gay if he was? Because I feel like that man's the most masculine dude.
so I want to start by saying I remember we were driving back. You and Peter came to go hunting with me in North Georgia, and on the way back after we went to the processor, we were talking about Tom Homan, and for whatever reason, I thought I had heard that Tom Homan was like 38 years old. And if you know what Tom Homan looks like, it's a rough 38. It's a really, really rough 38. And so I've just refused to let that go. And I think every time you mention Tom Homan,
You're
I
like,
say,
can't believe he's 27.
man, the guy is killing it for 27. No, I love the guy. I love everything about the guy. I love his total lack of politicization. Like he's not concerned at all about what anybody thinks about him.
Yeah.
Right? He's not even a political guy. He's like, we're gonna do this thing. He's threatening to arrest the mayors of every city. He's so cool. He's amazing. I want him to tell me he's proud of me so bad. Can't you just imagine that meaty fist grabbing your shoulder and say, "You did good"? Like, he would never say, "I love you." I don't expect him to ever say. If he were my dad, he would never say, "I love you." I wouldn't trade my dad for Tom Homan, but I had to pick a
But
second.
if I was asked to trade my dad for someone,
If I had to,
he'd be on the short list. Thanks very much for watching that clip. You can click the link below if you want to watch the full interview, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.